What's up everyone, and welcome back for another video here on my channel. Thank you for joining me. If you're one of my returning subscribers, welcome back. And if this happens to be your first time stopping by on the channel, hello. My name is Monet. I am 28 years old, and here on this channel I am dedicated to getting my finances together and being financially responsible. I do utilize the cash envelope system, and I use the debt snowball system to get out of debt. So if you are ever interested in learning more about that or getting some motivation between those two methods, then definitely be sure to watch some of my other videos here on my channel and subscribe so that you can stay up to date with my journey. So within today's video, it should be a quick one. We are just going to be cash stuffing my third paycheck for the month of November. November is a magic month for myself, and if you aren't familiar, it's basically something that happens if you are paid bi-weekly or weekly. If you are paid bi-weekly, you get paid 3 times in the month, and if you are paid weekly, you get paid 5 times in the month. And if you treat that paycheck correctly, it's basically some extra money that you are getting. So that is what I will be doing with this paycheck. So if you're interested in seeing how I decided to use those funds and where I budgeted those, then definitely be sure to keep on watching. All right, so getting into the breakdown of my paycheck, let me set my bank bag to the side. So for the paycheck number 3, I am budgeting with $2,173. And what I like to do in terms of how I do the cash envelope system is that some things I keep within the bank if they are bills or certain savings that I don't actually want to keep the cash for. And then there are variable expenses, which are things that I keep in my wallet or my sinking funds that I take the cash out for. So with this paycheck, I really wanted to prioritize my savings goals. So that is where majority of the money went. And as we can see, we do not have a lot of cash here. Looking at the bank slip, we are cash stuffing a total of $370, and this is just how I told the teller to break up my denominations. And this $370 is solely just going towards my variable expenses for things like groceries, gas, spending, because things like that, in terms of your magic month, you still need to account for that, because even though it's a third paycheck, you still have to be mindful that when December comes, you still have to wait 2 weeks to get your next paycheck. So I always make sure that I put aside enough to fund my variable expenses while paying my bills and adding the extra money towards my savings. So getting into any of the bills that I kept within my checking account that I did not take the physical cash out for, we are first going to put aside $560 for my rent. So this would be the third installment of saving for my rent, so that now I have the total saved up for my rent that will be due December 1st. And then the next thing that I'm taking out for this paycheck is $40 for my utilities. I was charged for that, and I saw that it wasn't as much as I anticipated, so that was great to see. And then the last thing is for my gas, also setting aside $40 for that as well. So in terms of those bills, that is all we have. So let's get into cash stuffing my variable expenses, which are my dividers. All right, and I am participating in the dollar challenge, but honestly, since I cash stuffed last week, there's not a lot of money, or should I say dollars, that were left. So we will still set aside anything that we have, but just as a warning, not much was used. Getting into spending, I will be giving myself $100, so I'm gonna do 2 50s for that. And we do not have any dollars, so adding 100 will now give me 100, 200, 20, 30. So that is $230 that I have for my spending. And I am cash stuffing this right before I leave for Thanksgiving. So this money is also due to help me while I'm away with family and if we do any shopping and all of that nature. So that's why it's a little bit more, because I know I'm about to go away and I will be spending some money. Next, we get into groceries. I went shopping last weekend because I could not take it. I was trying to hold off until Thanksgiving because I knew I was gonna eat and I knew I was gonna be gone, but I couldn't do it. It was just nothing in my fridge. I was sick of eating out, so I went and did a big grocery shop. So looking at what is remaining, we have some dollars. that I will set to the side. And then we only have $40 left. So I will be adding $150 towards this. And this will put me back on track to support me for groceries until I get paid in 2 more weeks. So adding 150 will now give me 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190. So that's $190 for groceries, which is great. Up next, we get into toiletries. Toiletries is getting $50, so I will do a $50 bill. And adding that will give me 50, 70, 75, 80. So $80 within toiletries. That is looking good. Up next, we have clothing. Clothing is getting $30, so a 20 and a 10. And looking at clothing, that will now give me a total of 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, and 95. So $95 within clothing. That is great. I like to build up my clothing a little bit and then do a shop where I can. Up next, we get into eating out. Eating out is getting $40. So we can do the last two 20s for that. And then we have 25 left over. So now in total, we have 20, 40, 60, 65. So that is $65 for eating out. All right, so in terms of my cash dividers, that is everything. We are set for the next 2 weeks, and I feel like that is good. So putting these back into my wallet, and we are ready to begin spending. All right, the next thing that we can get into are our dollars. As I said, it wasn't a lot, but we have $4 that we were able to save, and we're gonna grab our dollar jar and put that into the jar. So there we go. We got 1 more month to make an impact on the jar, but I must say I am proud because she started off rough, but eventually we were able to get something in there. So I am excited to count and see what that is. The next thing that we have is the coin jar, and that is getting a little bit heavy. It's almost filled to the top, and I don't think I have a lot of coins. Let's see what I have. So within the week, I really don't have a lot, but we will add that and account that also towards our savings. And the same concepts for the jar, the dollar jar, we're gonna count this up and see where we were able to save. All right. So as we can see, all the cash is gone, so we aren't doing any sinking funds, but we are going to be doing some good amount of savings transfers, and that is what I was just excited to see within this paycheck. So if you've been following my channel, we know that I'm focusing on my Roth IRA and my home fund. I'm trying to max those out and get a good portion of those paid with the magic month that I was able to have for November. So I am happy to report that first, for the home fund, we were able to put $680 towards that fund from this paycheck, which is just crazy. So thankful and happy that I was able to do that. I am working towards a $10,000 goal in this fund by the end of the year, and adding that $680 will now put us at $9,425 saved. So that is amazing. We are finally at 9,000, and we just need a little bit more to hit that $10,000 mark. So that is just great. And then the next guy is for my Roth IRA. This was my first year opening up a Roth IRA, and I'm trying to max it out. The max limit is $7,000 for this year, and you have until April 2025 to max it out. And I'm trying to be done with it at least by February 2025. So for this paycheck, we were able to add $483 towards my Roth IRA, which is again just a great number, and happy that I can make a good impact towards the goal for that. And adding that will now put us with $6,040 towards our contribution for that fund. So once again, inching closer and closer to the $7,000 goal. But in terms of my third paycheck for November, you guys, that is what I decided to do with it, and that will complete the cash stuffing for our November number 3 paycheck. So as always, everyone, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you had a magic month, let me know down below what you decided to put your money on. If you put it towards debt, how much were you able to achieve? Always love to hear what you guys are doing. This is always going to be a community where we encourage and cheer each other on. So definitely love to hear those wins and stories within the comments. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up and share it with anybody. That really does help and support the channel. And with that, you guys, that is all I have. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time in my next video. Bye, guys.